Hi fam. Morning fam, how's it going? How are you? Welcome to my first ever vlog. Yeah, I just thought it was high time I showed you around my life, my process, what it takes to be a textile waste designer. So yeah, I haven't got all the fancy bits and bobs yet, like for filming, just using my phone, so excuse it if there's like sound or the angles aren't right or whatever, but who cares. We are here for the real experience. So today I'm off to the Conscious Lifestyle Collective in Sea Point, and I am going to go check the store, just see what kind of stock they've got, what's selling best, do a little bit of filming for content, for social media, and then I'm also going to pop in at Merchants on Long. I've got some waistcoats to take them, and yeah, I'm going to take you with me. On our way to Conscious Lifestyle Collective in Sea Point. It's in the Adelphi Center. It's right across the road from me. It's so pretty, you guys will absolutely love it. Okay, then this is what I have in stock at the Conscious Lifestyle Collective. These beautiful kimono tops. They're all made from Saris and are recycled. They're beautiful for layering. And then I have my bucket bags. These are fantastic for summer. So it's like a really good little go bag. Fit everything in it. There's one duffel left. Those are like hen's teeth. And then of course colossals. This one is the Dream Colossal. It's lined with linen and fully velvet front and back. And then there's another one which is regular length. This is so stunning. All of this fabric comes from Wunders. This is their textile waste, which I'm reusing. And then the very best seller and everybody's favorite, the Moon bag. These are gorgeous, lots of funky, happy colors. And yeah, so you will always find this collection here at the Conscious Lifestyle Collective. And then I also have scrunchies. These are all made from saris, discarded saris, so they're fully upcycled. And then pouches, which you can use for keeping jewelry, makeup. There's some more over here. They're popped all over the shop, which is so cute. You can use them for stationery, whatever your vibe is. Alright, I'm in town and I am on my way to Merchants on Long. I'm going to turn the camera on so you can see the whole way. It's so beautiful. This is my favorite part of the city. I worked in Long Street when I was in my very early 20s, and I loved it. I loved the vibrancy and the color and just the like artistic expression of this part of town. It's really beautiful. Love that. When I was young and naughty, I used to hang out there. It's fun. And now we are on Long Street. The iconic Long Street. All the red buses with all the tourists. Beautiful galleries. Cute little curio shops. Funnily enough, this brand here I used to work for when I was very, very young. One of the first retail stores I actually worked for, apart from Sport and Surf. That little place there used to have the best coffees in Cape Town. It's beautiful inside, like all retro and Art Deco. This is Merchants on Long. It's an iconic building. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'm so proud to have my stuff in store. The history of Merchants on Long. Just look at the magic of this building. They actually have an exhibition on at the moment. All these beautiful artworks. And the most dreamy dresses. Beautiful clothes made by artisans. African art. Magic. Have got to visit the store. Clothing here is just, it's not even clothing, it's like every piece is a work of art. They are just magic, real magic. Bright and colourful, happy, handcrafted. I've just dropped off the most beautiful waistcoats at Merchants, and we are going over them. So the LKP is happening this week, next week. And these are items that I think people will absolutely love to wear with their outfits. Yeah, super beautiful detail and very... Hi fam! Okay, so I'm home and I thought I should do a proper introduction because it was a little bit chaotic this morning when I was leaving. And I realized, like, I haven't told you anything, and if you haven't followed me from Instagram, then you would be like, who's this chick? What is this deal? Like, this seems totally wild. So my name is Jodi. My second name is Leza. It's Jodi Leza, and I make clothing and accessories from textile waste. I started 4 years ago in 2020 during lockdown. Just like everybody else, it started a crazy small business as a side hustle and an outlet for their creativity, and I just never stopped, and it has grown and grown and grown. And excuse if you can hear the wind in the background, it is a very windy day in Hout Bay in Cape Town. Anyway, so I was doing so well and I was enjoying my business so much, I just felt called to like let go of my career in marketing, which was going really well. And I was a copywriter, and I had a little bit of a history in retail when I was in my early 20s, and I just felt really called to like go all in with my business, which is called Leza, which is my second name, like I said. Anyway, so I did that, and about, when was it, 2021, 2022? Yeah, 2022, I think. I can't actually remember now. And it was really, really hard to begin with. Like financially, it was a huge risk, and it's been a pretty wild few years. But I'm finally at a stage now where enough of my following has grown, and my product line is recognizable, and it's good quality, and people want the things that I make, which is hugely fulfilling and a real big honor. And so I'm sitting in a place in my life where I feel creatively fulfilled. I feel fulfilled from a business point of view. I have a wonderful relationship. I'm married. And I just feel like I'm ready to kind of pass on some of the things that I learned along the way of starting my own business, and my journey of creating products from textile waste, which I think is a really brilliant business avenue to get into, and I think more people should be doing it, and it's a huge problem. So the more that other people are designing and making products from textile waste, the more we can solve this issue that is like basically worldwide, and it's taking over our natural spaces. So in order to do that, I was like, I want to teach, but how do I teach? Do I do workshops? Do I do classes? Do I do sewing classes? And I did my first workshop this last year in 2024. It was wonderful. I had so much fun. And I enjoyed the whole process. So I think it's something I'm definitely going to do again in 2025. But there's so much to it. It's like you have to have a space. You got to sell, like I have to sell some tickets because I do need to pay for my space, like the rental, and then also the goods that we'll use, like the items that we'll use or whatever. And it just feels like there's a lot more barriers to just teaching, right? And a lot of what I've learned has actually come from YouTube. So I thought, well, I've got a YouTube channel which I had some shorts on, but it wasn't like what I really hoped it would be. I just got like distracted with a lot of things that have happened this last year. And so I woke up yesterday morning and I was like, you know what? It's now or never, babe. Starting a YouTube channel. Let's do this. Let's show everybody like how it works, how it is that I make what I make, and can I inspire you to make your own line of products using textile waste? Will something I make spark an idea in you, or just like enjoy the process of making your own clothing, your own accessories, and just being creative, using your hands, learning a new skill, finding like fulfillment in wholesome activities and the company of somebody that is equally wild and wonderful, weird and creative. So that's the whole point of this this channel. And I will preface all of this by saying that I'm not a filmer. I do not have the gear to film any of this. This is literally filming on my second-hand iPhone X. I'm not camera shy like I used to be, but I don't love seeing myself on camera, so I might be a little bit awkward. And I don't like things being inauthentic, so I don't really love editing. I don't like filters, and so there will be probably none of that because I haven't got time for that. So it's going to be raw, real, and you're welcome to join. I have a wonderful community with Leza. I love every one of my customers. I have had the very real pleasure to actually meet, I would say 99.9% of you guys, and I've made wonderful friendships, and I'm really thankful for that. And the people that purchase my products, that follow my story, that have been with me on Instagram for the last 4 going on 5 years, you guys are legends. The kindest, sweetest, most loving, genuinely just good humans that I am proud to be friends with. Okay, so this is my humble little workspace. It is a Singer Start. I bought it in about 2017, 2018, and I used to make scrunchies with it. That was it. I could make a scrunchie, kind of straight stitch. The rest of everything I have learned to sew via experimentation or on YouTube. And this is my Olive, the overlocker. She is a bloody hard worker. When you see what I push through this tiny little overlocker, it will frighten you. Here we have some of the fabric. Now I have a little studio, which I'll tell you about just now, where I keep most of my fabric. Oh, sorry about that. But I kind of pop in there once a week or every 2 weeks, and I collect fabric from there for the specific project that I'm hoping to do that week. So these saris, which are just so unbelievable and so beautiful, they actually come from a local fabric supplier. They sit outside in this bin and they are discarded, they are damaged, they have got tears, holes, they've got stains on them, but the majority of them is good and useful and can be remade. And so I buy these and I remake these into tops and scrunchies and all kinds of other lovely, beautiful, colorful bits. As you can see, I've got loads. Every one of these bags is filled with saris, and I went quite recently, like last week, to go get a new batch, and I bought 10 of them. Yeah, they have been washed already. I washed everything last week. Big Harry Potter fan, by the way. I need to restock the Conscious Lifestyle Collective store in Sea Point with some more of these sari tops, because they are selling very fast. Very thankful for that. So this is the top. I'm sure you can see that. That's the neck hole. And it is just a square. So you would cut a square. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the measurements now. You cut a square, and then I literally used the measurements from like the little collarbone from one end to the other, and then I just drew a half circle. I actually folded the paper in half because that makes sure that everything is symmetrical, and I just boop, little cut there, easy peasy. Okay, and then I made a little piece for the facing. This would go on the inside. This is facing for the neck hole, and then this is the sleeve. So it's just basically a rectangle and a square and the facing of this little top situation. Sleeve goes like that against the top over there, from the top of the shoulder. There you can see sleeve, top, facing for the neck hole, and that's what the sleeve looks like. And then basically, if I want a longer sleeve, I would just extend, and I'm going to show you how to do that when I cut out the fabric. But this is my little pattern, super simple, really easy, something I learned to do like 4 years ago already. And we're essentially just gonna cut this out a million times until I've got a whole batch of them, and then I will overlock them, I will hem them, pop my label on, and it's done.
Hello,
Mr. Moolity. This is Inspector Moo. Hi, Mr. Moo. It's our resident bun. Hi, women wielding scissors. We are making the sari tops. This is my pattern. It's very high grade, I'm kidding. Basically, the width is the measurement of your waist. So I wanted it to be like a square, say a couple of centimeters off. I would take a circumference measurement of your upper body, right? Add a couple centimeters on, and then you divide that in half, and that is the width of the fabric that you're going to cut, and then the length is how long you want it. So when I first made this pattern, I was into the crop top look, not so much anymore. So I just add a couple centimeters length onto it, and also a lot of my people asked for it to be longer, so now it's slightly longer. And then I just cut a little half circle. So this fabric is on the fold, and we're going to cut it on the fold because then you will have a front and back automatically. So it's really easy. I'm not a perfectionist by any standard. I am when it comes to the finishing of my garments, but I think it's better to be a little bit more messy and creative. So we're just gonna give it a little bit of a seam allowance, cutting it down to the edge, across. Okay, so easy. I'm pretty good at eyeballing a straight line. And then we're going to cut the neck hole. This is going to have interfacing, which will make it really nice and neat. And there, these are coasters from my friend Candace. You have the top, and that fits like this. And then I'm going to show you how I cut the sleeve. I'm actually going to cut it a little bit longer because I want the sleeves to be a bit longer, and then I'm going to show you how to put it together. Really easy so far. Good morning, fam. So this is yesterday's work. I finished cutting out 10 sari tops. It's just like a rainbow of saris. It's so pretty. And I was due to start this morning sewing, but someone destroyed my overlocker foot pedal cable. It's not the first time. In the middle of the night, and is presently unfazed by the destruction and problems he has caused today. So we have to wait for Ian to come fix this, see if it's possible to fix it. Otherwise I have to drive around and try and find a replacement. I'm quite devastated, I won't lie. So slight delay there, and yeah, other than that, I had my run. It was lovely. I'm completely knackered now, but I'm excited to start working.
He's the type of player up front of your club that you know he's going to make sure that those two centre halves Weston and Masom again. Right. Because he's just making it, and he's big, physically strong guy as well. He's a good player, but that desire to go and work that whole ball forward, not give anybody a time.
This is the first sari top that I'm going to sew together now. So this is the top. There's the neck hole, sleeve, and the interfacing. And what I'm going to do is, these are all right sides facing up. I'm going to pin the sleeves on in the middle, right, all the way on either side. And then I'm going to pin the interfacing, and then I will sew with an overlocker these sleeves onto the body. And I'll show you how I do the interfacing for the neck hole as well. So that's kind of what it looks like. It looks a bit crazy, but when you pinch this, put it like in half, fold it in half, it looks just like a top. So that's what the sari tops, this is how the sari tops are made. Pin cushion, right, so this is how I find the middle. I already know which side is the right side of the fabric. Sometimes I'm not always right. It happens. And I second guess myself quite a lot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold it in half like this. It should be right sides facing. Okay. I'm just going to put a little pin in there, and that's the middle. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. This is very rudimentary, but it works for me. I've never had a problem before. Okay, pin. So now we know where the middle is, right? Okay. So then I'm going to just lay them down. This is purely, I wouldn't do it this way normally, but this is just so you can see. Then these are the sleeves. So we're going to do the same thing with the sleeve. We want to find the middle. I'm just trying to double check that I've got the right sides. Okay, so end to end, fold it in half, and find the middle. Okay, there's the middle, and I think that's the right side. Yep. We're going to lay it over there and we'll see what I'll do now. Same thing here. This one, just double check you've got the right side. That's it. Fold it in half. In the middle. Pin. Just kind of like lay the pin. And then we are going to marry this pin with that one. Okay, right, so they're both in the middle, and then I'm just going to pin the whole way down, okay, this whole length there, so that it's pinned nicely and in place. I'm going to do the exact same here, find this pin, marry it with that pin, pin the whole way down, so the right sides are facing everywhere, so it's kind of like sandwiched like this, pinned, and I'm going to sew. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing with the interfacing. So this is the interfacing. This is so it looks super smart on the inside, and the seam is all finished very nicely. And to do that, we put it right sides together. I would pin the whole way around here, and then when you fold it in, it's got like this beautiful seam, and I'll show you how that's gonna look. So you would just pin everything together and get it ready for sewing. Okay, so I have sewn the sleeves on and it looks a bit mad. I'll show you. I haven't sewn them on, but basically right now it's like an apron, front, back, and then those are the sleeves. And now I have to sew along here and down there. I'm gonna put my label in over here, because then that way you could wear it like front or back depending on what the pattern is on the back. My hair is a hot mess today. And yeah, and then we'll hem. Pretty quick to put together. It's gonna look really cute. So what I'm gonna do now is I will pin it inside out, so fold it so the good sides are facing, just like I had it when I had it on. So you fold it in half. Here's the hole, like that, right? There's the top. Fold in half, and I'm going to pin along the sleeve and down the side of the body, all the way down, put in my label, and then technically we have the top. And then after that, it's putting the neck facing on and hemming, and then it's done. So once you have pinned the interfacing onto the neck hole, right sides facing, you're going to just sew a straight stitch all along this edge, right? Okay, and then you're going to flip it over, turn it around, I'll show you, and then we're going to do a nice little top stitch along the top of the neck hole. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Okay, so here's the top. I've sewn the interfacing on the neck, right sides together, and all I'm going to do is flip it over like that. See how it's got like a nice finished edge now? And then I'm going to sew a straight line along the whole neck hole, just to give it like a nice finish, and so that this also stays flat and, you know, stays down kind of thing when you're wearing it. And yeah, I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. So that is the finished edge. Just a nice straight stitch all along the top, and it just makes it look super smart. And then when you're wearing it, it lies flat. So the last step now is basically just to hem the whole, like the sleeves and the bottom of the top, and then it's done. Excuse the washing machine in the background. So this is the hem. It's just a simple double fold, which I find is actually the very best for this fabric. I've seen people do roll hems, but I don't think it works well for this fabric. I think it breaks or tears too easily. So just a double fold, looks good, super neat. Very happy with that. Having a pretty good New Year's day, New Year's Eve. I finished 3 sari tops. I haven't hung them on the railing yet, but I'll get there. and I'm working on the fourth one now. I love this beautiful blue. I'm watching Fashion Neuroses with Kate Moss. First time I'm watching, I think it's a series, but it's really good, enjoying that. And then I made a banana loaf, which I was just about to cut, and I have been threatening to make this for a few days because I have some very overripe bananas, but I've made a few bum ones lately, like ones that didn't really come out very well, but this looks phenomenal. It's hot and I'm gonna have a slice right now. New Year's Day on Hout Bay Beach. Still really quiet, nothing's open yet. All families are setting up for a fun day. It's gonna be beautiful. I am looking at Chapman's for homes. I'm not sure how far I'll go yet, but yeah, it's gonna be beautiful views up there. So I actually originally designed my moon bag for walking on Chapman's Peak. I've told the story to like a million people who've bought them in the past, but who knows who's watching. So during lockdown, in South Africa we couldn't do any online shopping, and you know, like everything was closed and none of us could work and all that sort of thing. So I spent quite a lot of time walking on the mountain, but I didn't have like a bag that you could like walk with say your phone and your keys and your earpods and just something small to like hold the essentials. So at the time I could only really sew a scrunchie, and I thought, okay, well, I'll just make a little like sling bag. I walked on the mountain with it and it was perfect, like a perfect size, fit my body. It was all I needed. And then I was like, okay, I'll make another one, but I'll use like better fabric, you know. And then that's kind of just how it started. Next thing you know, I was making loads of them in different colors, and every time I made them I was like, well, you know, maybe I should make it this way so it looks a little bit better, or it fits your body better, or it I don't know, maybe the strap needed to be longer. And then eventually I was like, okay, I've got to learn how to put a zip in. That was very intimidating and scary. People gave me good advice about how to like put a zip in properly. Shout out to Maria from Instant Vintage for that advice, and like loads of YouTube videos. But anyway, that's what I did, and obviously I started selling them. I made a couple of them, they sold out. And yeah, so that's how my first ever product was born. She was designed purely for walking on the mountain, something to be unobtrusive, like, you know, you wouldn't really notice it on your clothes, doesn't like stick out too much, functional, simple. This is actually known as Hout Bay down there. It's very beautiful. It used to be a public accessible beach, but of course, you know, developments and all, can't access it anymore. I'm in big disagreement with those sort of things. And there's Hungberg, that's the Sentinel. It's so beautiful. If I was walking further up, then I'd be able to show you like the vertical cliff. It's stunning. I'm sure I'll do that soon. And then that's my beautiful beloved Hout Bay, dunes at the back, and Sandy Bay, Nandano over the hill. And that's where we went yesterday for our swim. Probably go back there again today. There's some beautiful rock pools at the end, and I love to explore. This is our little path down to a rock pool that we like to swim at in Sandy Bay. And there's a lot of rock pools here, so we actually just go like check which ones are, you know, nicest for swimming in for the day, depending on the swell, because some of them are a bit safer than others. So that's what we're doing now. We're just gonna go do a little scouting mission. You can see the ocean's quite rough. Well, yesterday was much rougher than it is today, and it's high tide now, so we time our swims by the tide because you want the rock pool to be nice and full. And yeah, it's really beautiful. So you can park like anywhere along here, and then there's paths all along, and you can see people standing over there. I'll zoom in for you a little bit. Having a little picnic, probably gonna have a sundowner tonight. Yeah, and there's like rock pools, beaches all the way down there. It's beautiful. That afterglow, that little swim afterglow. Best way to end the year. Happy 2025 fam, I can't actually believe it. We went for a swim yesterday evening, it was beautiful. Then we came home, we made pizzas, had a drink, I read my book. I was a real old lady. I'm not much of a New Year's person. I used to do it. It's not my vibe anymore. But it was a beautiful evening and we really enjoyed it. And then I went to bed and woke up and it was 2025. And I am still making the Sari tops. I've made 6 and I have 4 more to do. I'm hoping to finish them by Friday, because on Friday I'd like to like drive through, drop them off, and then also pop in at my studio, which is in Camps Bay. Next to my dad's garage is like this room which I store all my fabric in, and it's kind of a mess right now and it needs to be reorganized, and the house is Airbnb, so I kind of have to be very strategic when I'm there and dropping things off and picking things up and that sort of thing. So Friday the house is free, so I think I'll go in. I've also got to drop off some furniture that I was which I had at my store at the market, so I kind of need to take that back, set it up in the studio, because I really want to be working from there a little bit more this year. Yeah, so that's the plan. Get these done by Friday, drop them off at the Conscious Lifestyle Collective, and then go to Camps Bay and reorganize my studio for the year. It needs it. So I'm gonna just give you a little show of the tops. They look beautiful, and maybe I'll style them and kind of show you how I would wear it. But you know, style's interpretive. These are just like I don't like to tell people how to wear the things, because I really think that everybody kind of has their own little flair of how they would do things. So yeah, but I'll show you how I would wear it anyway, maybe tomorrow morning or something like that. And it's Thursday tomorrow, which means this video will be live probably by this time tomorrow, which is really exciting. I know for sure my mom will watch it. And that's all that matters to me. So yeah, let me give you a little run through in the tops. Right, so these are the 6 that are finished and I still have 4 to go. It's like a rainbow of sari tops, and when you see them put together, you get more of an idea of like how it's going to look once you finish making it. But let's see if we can angle it that way. See, it's essentially a box with a rectangle as a sleeve. It's really simple. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys make and what fabrics you use. I have made these tops out of upholstery fabrics, linen, cotton. I've done alternating fronts and backs, alternating sleeves. And yeah, they're kind of just so easy to make, and the fabric really dictates like the style. So when the fabric's a bit stiffer, then it has like a whole different personality. So have fun using lots of different fabrics. And yeah, I think colorways, I love the blue, I love the first one, I'm always a big fan of green. I could see that being like an everybody favorite. So yeah, there's even black. See how the one side is different from the other? That's why I don't put like my label in the neck, because I want you to be able to wear it both ways. Cool, right? That's something to consider when you're cutting the fabric. And then this one is beautiful. This is the one I thought that looked kind of like a peacock because it's got some feather details, and it had a little hole over here, just a little one, but I kind of made this like little patchwork flower to go over it, and I think that looks really cute. And yeah, so that's how far we've got there. And then I've got 4 left. I am taking my time. I won't lie, I've taken quite a while. I have had many breaks in between for walks, swims, food, distracted by YouTube, you know, the usual. But it's been a fun few days, and I'm technically still on holiday, so shouldn't have to rush. Yeah, those are the ones that I still have left to do. This is my favorite one. I love the colors. I don't know what it is. I think it's a combination of the fact that the pattern is interesting, the colors are beautiful. I'm always partial to a bit of yellow, chartreuse, red. Yeah, I love this one. Just simple little denim skirt with platform sandals. Cute, just a bra underneath. So this is really fun. I just tied a little knot in the front, laid over this great dress. I thrifted this little number a little while ago, and yeah, just adds even more little gypsy, like feminine charm to it. I love it. What do you think?